There's a reason you feel exhausted, and it's not because life is too hard. It's because you're fighting it. Every difficult emotion, every unwanted situation, every moment that doesn't go your way, you resist it. And that resistance, that's where most of your suffering actually lives. Today, we're going to talk about the one shift that changes all of it, and it's been hiding in plain sight for 2,500 years. Therapy is extraordinary. Cognitive behavioral therapy, talk therapy, EMDR. These tools save lives, but there's something most Western therapeutic models quietly sidestep. Something rooted not in diagnosis or restructuring thought patterns, but in a radical ancient truth about the nature of the mind, Buddhist acceptance. And before you think this is just about letting things go, it isn't. It's far deeper than that. The Buddha didn't start with peace. He started with a question. Why do humans suffer? Not occasionally, consistently, across cultures, across centuries, across every condition of wealth or poverty, success or failure. His answer wasn't philosophical. It was clinical. Suffering, he said, arises from one thing above all else: our resistance to the way things are, the gap between what is and what we demand reality to be. Think about the last time you were truly stressed. Really sit with it. Was the pain coming only from the situation itself? Or was it coming from a part of you screaming, "This shouldn't be happening"? That internal argument with reality, that's the battlefield. And most of us spend years, decades fighting on that battlefield without ever questioning whether the war itself makes any sense. In Buddhist teaching, there's a concept called the two arrows. The first arrow is the pain that life sends your way. Loss, failure, rejection, illness. These happen. They hurt. That pain is real and it's unavoidable. But then you fire a second arrow at yourself. The shame about the failure, the anxiety about the loss, the anger about being rejected, the suffering about the suffering. That second arrow, you choose it. Here's what makes this so startling. Most of what we call stress in modern life isn't the first arrow. It's the second, the meeting that didn't go well. That was the first arrow. The 3 hours of replaying it, judging yourself, catastrophizing, that's you shooting yourself again and again. Buddhism asks a genuinely radical question. What if you just didn't fire the second arrow? This is where acceptance enters. And let's be precise about what it means, because this word gets distorted constantly. Acceptance is not approval. It does not mean you think what happened was good, fair, or okay. It does not mean you stop working to change things. Acceptance simply means you stop arguing with the fact that something has already happened. You stop spending energy fighting reality in your own mind. The Pali word the Buddha used was upekkha, often translated as equanimity. It's the quality of a steady mind, not a numb mind, not a defeated mind, a mind that can hold difficulty without being destroyed by it. Picture a mountain in a storm. The wind comes, the rain lashes. The mountain doesn't resist the storm, it simply remains. That's the quality Buddhism is pointing toward. Your therapist may teach you to reframe negative thoughts. That's genuinely useful and deeply valuable. But reframing still works within the framework of, this thought is wrong and must be corrected. Buddhism offers something different. It says, don't wrestle with the thought at all. Observe it, acknowledge it, let it arise, and let it pass, like clouds moving across a sky that never changes. There are 3 layers of resistance that live inside almost every modern mind. The first is resistance to the past, replaying, regretting, wishing things had gone differently. The past is the most irrational battlefield of all. It is, by definition, unchangeable. And yet we spend enormous mental energy there. Every hour spent resisting the past is an hour stolen from the present. The second layer is resistance to the present. This is subtler. It's the low hum of dissatisfaction that runs beneath daily life. The sense that this moment, this ordinary, imperfect, unremarkable moment, should somehow be different, more exciting, more meaningful, more comfortable. This resistance is so constant that most people don't even notice it. It just feels like regular life, but it's draining you. The third layer is resistance to the future, and this one wears the face of anxiety. It's the mind racing forward, trying to control outcomes that haven't happened yet, bracing for threats that may never arrive. Buddhism doesn't ask you to be naive about the future. It asks you to notice when your mind is living there, and to gently, firmly return to here, to now, to what is actually real now. And this is critical. Accepting the present moment doesn't mean accepting harmful situations forever. If you're in a toxic job, a painful relationship, an unjust system, acceptance is not the same as surrender. Acceptance is the stable ground from which clear action becomes possible. You cannot act wisely from a mind that is panicking. You can only act wisely from a mind that sees clearly. The Buddha described the unaccepting mind as a house on fire. When your house is burning, you don't stand there debating whether the fire is fair. You don't scream at the fire for existing. You find the door and you walk out. Acceptance is finding the door. Resistance is standing in the flames, furious that the fire has the audacity to burn. Here's a practice. Right now, wherever you are, bring to mind one thing in your life you're resisting, one thing you keep wishing were different. Hold it in your awareness. Now, without trying to fix it, without analyzing it, just say internally, "This is what is happening right now." Not, "This is fine." Not, "I'm okay with this." Simply, "This is what is." Notice what happens in your body when you stop fighting for just one breath. That pause, that single breath of non-resistance, is the doorway. The Zen teacher, Shunryu Suzuki, said, "Each of you is perfect the way you are, and you can use a little improvement." That paradox is at the heart of Buddhist acceptance. You hold both things at once. Life is okay exactly as it is, and you are still a human being capable of growth, change, and action. For stressed professionals especially, high performers, driven minds, people who have built entire identities around solving problems, acceptance feels threatening, like weakness, like quitting. The ego says, "If I accept this, I'll stop trying." But the opposite is true. When you accept clearly, your energy stops leaking into resistance, and that energy becomes available for something far more useful: intentional action. Think of acceptance as a muscle. It doesn't develop through one insight, one video, one meditation session. It develops through daily practice, small moments of choosing presence over protest. When traffic is slow, when a project stalls, when your body is tired, when a person disappoints you. Each of those is a micro moment of practice, and across thousands of micro moments, something in you begins to permanently shift.